What's up, people? People. What's up? What's up? Yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on, come on, come on, come on. I had to place you on the windowsill so you can be like a tripod stand. Today has been good. I don't know if y'all went back to my if y'all went back to my live yesterday. I definitely was explaining Exodus. I started reading Exodus. But before I get into all of that, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit the double tap the screen to show me that you like it. And I hope, God willing, you guys are having a great day. We're gonna replace that word hope with God willing. All right. So anytime you want to say, you catch yourself when you say, "Hey, I hope they do." No, God willing, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen because it's really about putting God in everything, really. So that's what I do. So for example, like I just got off the phone with someone special, and um, they told me so I just got off the phone with somebody special, and they told me that they asked me, why are you the way that you are? Like, I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love how you just so humble, and it's like, you know, it's because I put everything in God's hands, and I stopped worrying about the stuff that I have no control over. We're gonna save the shout outs for later. That's why I did that. We're gonna save the shout outs for later. So so I gave God my heart, like I accepted Him as my Lord and Savior. And I've been reading the Bible, and I know about the Israelites. And the Israelites, let me tell you about them. Now, it is true that they was they was prosperous, and the Israelites they was multiplying so much that the Pharaoh after Joseph, really, which Joseph wasn't really a Pharaoh, but the Pharaoh, hold on, let me see what Rebecca said, because this looks good. Rebecca said got engaged yesterday. I'm gonna pin that. Yeah, I'm gonna pin that right there. I'm gonna pin that so everybody can see that Rebecca got engaged yesterday. All right, so everybody can show. Everybody can congratulate Rebecca for getting engaged, and we can talk about that too. I'm gonna be up for a little while, for about 40 minutes. I tend to be up here not knowing I'm gonna be up here that long. I but yeah, so this is what happened with the Israelites. So with the Israelites, they was in. All right, so Joseph is the one who the one Pharaoh at one point in time gave Joseph, like, basically he was like another Pharaoh, just without like Pharaoh saying, "Hey, you're above me" or whatever. But Joseph ended up dying, right? And there was another Pharaoh that didn't even know about Joseph come in the picture. So at this point, with this other Pharaoh that didn't know about Joseph, um, I'll talk about Islam too, but in this in particular, the Pharaoh that started reigning after Joseph died, um, he he was looking at the Israelites in Egypt, and he got afraid because he was like, yo, they're prospering, they're multiplying. He told his midwives, he said, all right, for every Hebrew woman or Israelite woman, make sure that if she's giving birth, if it's a boy, kill the boy. If it's a girl, keep the girl. But see, the Israelite women, they were, I mean, I'm sorry, the midwives were God-fearing midwives. They was afraid of God. And so they didn't listen to him when he would say, make sure you kill the make sure you kill the um the boys, right? Period. Make sure you kill the boys, period. Because the Israelites was growing, they was growing. And so the midwives didn't do that. They just kept allowing them to have birth and not killing them. So the Pharaoh noticed that why are they still growing? Why are they still growing? And he found out that the midwives weren't doing what he told them to do. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, okay, well, he ended up putting hard labor on them, sentencing them to captivity at that point. He was afraid that the Israelites would, if they go to war, if Pharaoh goes to war, the Israelites would side with the enemy, and everybody would get together and come and beat on him and beat him. And so he was like, okay, well, they gonna work for me then. They gonna work for us. And I'm talking about, he was Egyptian, and Pharaoh was Egyptian. So, by the way, Egyptians didn't want, like, they were bougie. They wouldn't eat at the table with an Israelite, basically. Like they just thought that it was just disgusting because of just how they were. You know what I'm saying? They was conservative, like you know what I'm saying? Like they fixed stuff. They just elbow and grease type of people, DIYers. All right, they prosper because if you're chosen, you, like, God find you favor anywhere. You got favor anywhere. I promise you this, anywhere. And I can talk about Joseph about that too. But anywho, we talking about the Pharaoh, and we talking about Moses. So but no, we talking about the Israelites. So the Israelites was God ended up choosing Moses. Moses, y'all know Moses, the one who basically parted the ocean, right? He used his staff. It is in the Bible. He used his staff and he parted the ocean. And so the reason for the ocean to part is because the whole entire, God ended up sending plagues to Egypt because the Pharaoh had a hardened heart. He made he held the Israelites in captivity for 10 plagues. Well, for 9, because the 10th one, he let them go. But for 9 plagues, the Pharaoh had a hardened heart. God made his heart hard like that, though, because him having a hard heart allowed God to work the way that the Israelites needed, which is to be released. They needed to be released out of that. So they was after all the plagues, they was in captivity for 430 years before God sent that last plague, which was death. It's like it was a death plague, but also something called a Passover came about too. And if you didn't know what the Passover was about back then the strikers that God sent, if you didn't have that sheep, that lamb's blood over your door and on like two little towers in front of your door, like let's say like 2 little nightstands or whatever. But if you didn't have that lamb's blood up there and on those little stands, the striker was going to come in your house, and the striker was going to take your firstborn male, your firstborn son. And God wanted them to explain to the other kids, the family that had to watch it, that this is to save us. So when them strikers come in and get that firstborn male, this is they would look at their children and say, this is in all to save us, to release us out of captivity. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who survived Passover, Moses was able to save them, right? So after that Passover, the Pharaoh was just like, he was convinced. He really was convinced, because the whole entire time of them plagues, the plagues got worse and worse. And he got to the point where he would lie and be like, Moses, go pray for me, I've sinned, or whatever, start being real sarcastic about it. But in Moses' pure eyes, it's like, hey, all right, I'm gonna go pray for you. You said you see it. I'm gonna go to the wilderness, the Beersheba, and I gotta. He ended up establishing a podium, like a rock, really, there where he worshiped God, where he praised God, and he would go and he would pray for the Pharaoh. But again, God, every time God answered Moses, he will also tell Moses that he hardened the Pharaoh's heart. You feel me? So Moses already knew that the Pharaoh would say no. But see, like I said, the Pharaoh started playing with Moses or whatever, and on plagues, even the plague where he sent where hail, Hail, right? But see, he didn't say that he was gonna have fire with it. So he had rain, hail, and fire all at the same time. And he had told Moses that everybody who gathered in this field, everybody who is left in the field, will die from this plague right here. And those are like the people who don't believe. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, whoever don't retract people, whoever don't go in the house or grab whatever the sheep and all that and take them in the house, it's up. Really, you're gonna die. So a lot of people was playing Moses and thought he was playing. You know what I'm saying? Because the Pharaoh also had people who could do magic and all that stuff or whatever back then. You know what I'm saying? But God had to let it be known that they can't do this. But anywho, the Israelites we were talking about. So after the 10th plague, after the Passover came about, the Pharaoh was convinced. He allowed for Moses to walk out of there with all of the Israelites. During the whole plague situation, at one point Moses told the Israelites to request from the Egyptians silver and gold and clothes, because God told him to tell them that, because God already had ordained for them to be released. He already knew that they was going to be released. Moses had started fearing God because Moses thought that he wasn't worthy enough to be chosen. Now Moses killed an Egyptian before God chose him or told him that he was chosen. Moses killed an Egyptian for beating on an Israelite, and he ended up burying the Egyptian, and he thought that he won't seen. But when Moses had seen two Israelites going at it, fighting and stuff, he asked the Israelites, he was like, why y'all fighting for? You know what I'm saying? And then this the funny thing, y'all. The Bible's funny. I'm telling you. So he said, why y'all fighting for? You know what I'm saying? And the Israelites said, well, what? You gonna kill us like you killed that Egyptian? Literally, this is what he said. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm assuming he turned back around. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Start back fighting each other. You feel me? It was funny to me though. But Moses thought that nobody saw that. You know what I'm saying? But even then, that made Moses feel like Moses just didn't speak how God wanted him to speak. So he thought that he wasn't worthy enough and capable to do God's work. But see, God put us here to do his work for him while he take care of the spiritual realm and the energy realm. We're here physically. Okay? God made us in his image for a reason. It's for all to let us know that all of this stuff right here is just to prove to us that this is better than God, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? Just a side note. But anywho, we still talking about the Israelites though. So the Israelites had Passover. They got something called Passover, and you're supposed to do that for 7 days in the month of Abib. And I don't know what month is Abib, but if you do, let me know in the comments and I'll pin it. You know what I'm saying? Let's take the time out right quick and to see what Rebecca Towns talking about. All right, she said, Rebecca Towns said, let me scroll down because I see y'all commenting, but y'all, I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes I get distracted and I forget what I'm talking about. All right. So I pinned the comment saying Rebecca say that she got engaged. I'm doing okay. Rebecca. I'm making it, girl. I'm gonna tell you something. You know, the power of God is real, and note that because I got a video that says TPOGIR, and that's the power of God is real. You know what I'm saying? That's what that video means. But I really be going through it, but at the same time, you know, I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. So nothing that's out of my control bothers me. Okay, literally, like I know what everything is. I know when the devil trying to get to me. Like right now, how I'm speaking about God to y'all. If anybody call my phone right now, or if anybody stop me to ask me a question, and it's a question that is just weird, it's the devil. It's him trying to make sure that what I got, what y'all really need to hear, don't make it to y'all. That's why I'm here. See, a lot of people is spiritually dead because of what they've done, and they didn't pick that book up. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't have it in their mind to pick the book up. You know what I'm saying? And so some things that you do, God will spiritually kill you. God spiritually killed Adam for eating on that tree when he told them not to. Like Adam and Eve got cursed for that. Everybody know Eve got cursed with child labor pains, and Adam was spiritually killed, and he had to toil the soil and return back to ashes at the end of his existence. Like that's just how it is. You feel me? So anything coming out the ground, potatoes or whatever, we gonna take care of this ground. You know what I'm saying? And till this earth and plant and all that, plant, not farm and all that stuff, farmers and all that stuff. Really, that's what it is. All right, you got your farmer, keep them, cause really don't. Yeah. So the let's go back to the video. Let's go back to the comment. So Rebecca was saying she got engaged. Sorry guys. Rebecca got engaged. King of all yeets said congratulations, Rebecca. And X-Man said E-Ray Kasu. And Rebecca said thanks. And X-Man saying Kadu Kadu. Rebecca saying her wedding date is on May 30th. Congratulations. And X-Man says, searching Google Translate what is the meaning of Kadu in Hindi. I want you to tell me in these comments what the meaning of Kadu is. King of all yeets says, so what are your thoughts on Islam? All right. Well, one thing, my thoughts on Islam is it can be the same thoughts as yours on Islam. You know what I'm saying? It's different strokes for different folks. I know that the God that I serve is a mighty God. And you know what I'm saying? If you serve a God that's as good as my God, because my God want everybody to prosper, and my God says love everybody and respect everybody, and just, you know what I'm saying, just look out, like make sure, you know what I'm saying, you stay out of trouble and do your part. That's what my God say. So if your God's saying the same thing, then I think very positive about Islam. And even then, if Islam is negative, then I just say I wouldn't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't for me. It ain't what my God want me to be around. But it's cool though. All right, and let's see, Miss J's Unfiltered Talk Show host and podcast, which she's my mom, y'all. Just go ahead and throw it out there. This is my mom. She says, yes, Queen, yes, congratulations. So she was talking to Rebecca. So Rebecca's getting married on May 30th. Make sure y'all drop some likes too, because I mean, make sure, I got 5 people watching. Y'all go ahead and hit some likes, because I'm about to tell you something good anyway. I'm gonna do that anyway. All right, Miss J Unfiltered Talk Show and podcast says, wow, that's good. Wishing you so much joy and happiness. So I'm assuming she's still talking to Miss Rebecca. King of all yeets said, have you got a name in mind? I don't know what you mean by that, yeets, but let me know what you mean by that. I'm gonna get to your comment. I'm scrolling through. All right, Rebecca Town says his name is Jason William Jr. Okay, I'm assuming that's a baby son, a baby. I'm not sure, but yeah. Okay, again, congratulations. That's why King of Yeeks was saying strong sounding name. Rebecca says my fiance is cooking dinner tonight. King of all Yeets said, and Pharaoh was promptly punished for his arrogance. Yes, the Pharaoh, yes, he was definitely punished for his arrogance, and all the people that actually dwelled in how he was dwelling was also punished too. That's the thing. That's the thing about this. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna read all these other comments, and then we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get right back to that. All right, Chief L. He says, black folk for the red vote, Trump 24. Hey man, I'm gonna tell you something about this politics stuff. I don't get into it no more. Like I don't discuss it with people no more. I like in a way of like playing like sports, like football. I don't do that no more because people feel very strongly about their their politicians that they choose. And you know what I'm saying, when your job as a a man of God and a woman of God, your job is to not allow people to be deceived, and your job is to make sure that people around you aren't deceived. So when people start to go for the wrong person, or they're going for the person for the wrong reasons, it's like when I talk to them about it, they tend to get offended. Just how I'm speaking to y'all in reverence, people they just passionate about it, put it that way. And I don't really get into it, you know what I'm saying? I definitely don't really get into it. And so I really won't get into it. And then Rebecca, that's pretty much it. The last on the comments. All right, so yeah, the Pharaoh and everybody who he dwelled with, they they definitely got punished for dwelling with the Pharaoh and doing of his doings. And still to this day, people are getting punished for doing stuff on this planet, on this world, that they're not supposed to do. Like, so if you riding around and you, let's say, like, remember how back then they used to ride around when Trump was being president, just being prejudiced and racist and stuff like that, only because I guess either Trump was doing it or it seemed like he was doing it, or whatever the case is. You know, if you dwelling in the wrong and you know it's wrong, and God let you know that it's wrong, because I know something tell you that it's wrong, you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying, you will be punished for it. And you're gonna know why you punished, because the chosen be knowing. The chosen be knowing. You know what I'm saying? The chosen be knowing that they chosen, because when they do stuff that's wrong, they already know it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And so when you do stuff that's premeditated, you definitely gonna get punished, because you knew it was wrong then when you thought about it, and then when you carried it out, you wrong for that. So you're definitely gonna get punished for it. Now, on this planet, they put the laws in order, in place of God. That's what they thinking. So that's why you break a law, you go to court, you get in trouble and all that, because they trying to do all of that in place of what God had already said. That's why he made us in his image, and he wanted us to keep his ways. You know what I'm saying? The ways of this place is a lot harsh. You know what I'm saying? Really. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get it right then. But anywho, they got a judgment day for everything. So I don't be judging nobody or nothing like that. But I tell you the truth. And if I tell you stuff, it's because I love you. And it do be coming from the heart, though. So anywho, though, back to that Pharaoh. Yeah, so I'm saying everybody got punished for dwelling and doing with the Pharaoh and all that. Like, they got punished for that. On top of that, after the Israelites had left, Moses grabbed Joseph's casket, because they buried Joseph. When Joseph died in Egypt, they put him in a coffin. So I'm assuming that they put him in a tomb, and he had his own tomb, and he was in a coffin. But when Jesus sent that last plague, yeah, I'll come to that wedding. Let me know something. No, I ain't gonna say I'll come, but just my contact information is therealdjmonster@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? TheRealdJMonsta. Just let me know the details and I'll see what's up. All right, but check it though. So once Moses was leaving Egypt with the Israelites, he had Joseph's bones, you know what I'm saying, in the casket or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they was dipping out. God had a place for them already. All right. Keynote. Goshen was one of the sacred, like a holy place for all the Israelites to dwell. So anything that was going on in Egypt bad because of God's plagues, Goshen was the place to be. Goshen was not touched at all by anything. And it was because Jacob and them had been there too, which was Joseph's father. And Benjamin is Joseph's brother. I'm sorry, guys. I just finished eating not too long ago. But yeah, after they left, the Pharaoh was like, "Hold on, did that really just happen? Ain't no way he gonna come, take all my people, and then bounce like that? Nah, ain't no way. We ain't going down like that." So he got all his servants. He got he got an army. And all of that, and they took off. They started trying to chase the Israelites down. And see, God made it this way. God hardened Pharaoh's heart like that. Number one, because he oppressed people. Number two, this is God's world. This is God's planet. If you oppress people, your time is coming. So, with that being, and you will lose your life. God will kill you for that. He will definitely kill you for oppressing people. So think about that. All the time, and you know what was even, you know how bad the Pharaoh was? He was bad to the point where, since Moses kept coming back trying to free them, the Pharaoh used to make those Israelites, he used to already have materials for them to build their stuff for him. But instead, his heart was hardened so hard that he didn't change the quota of what you needed to make for him after he took away the materials and made it to where you got to go get the materials, then make the brick. Like you got to go get the materials and then you got to do the job, and you got to still meet that quota that was already there. And if you don't, you getting punished for it. So if they had to make 30 bricks every 40 minutes, and that was with the materials, them having to go get the materials, they still had to make that 40 bricks. They still had to do that. If not, they get punished for it. And don't they? And so that translates to today. I done had jobs around here in North Carolina that I'm tired of. I done had jobs around here that was that prejudiced. And I would wonder. I was like, it's common sense. Why would you like not? Why would you do something like that and then expect for people to still make a quota? Make it make sense. And then you punish them. That's all day long. That's oppressing. That's oppressing. And you should call the EEOC about it if you got a job that's doing that. Because the EEOC will take care of that for you. The labor board, all of that. But anywho, they do that down here in North Carolina. These jobs down here are very prejudiced, and you can't be the best. Like you can't get a job down here and think that you're gonna climb the ladder, because you're not. You're not gonna climb the ladder. The people that has these positions around here were grandfathered in, so they didn't have to go through interview process, and they didn't have to have none of that stuff. They just fell into place. You know what I'm saying? And they really like destructive. They don't know how to deal with a bunch of power. But so that's what the Pharaoh did. He didn't change the quota, and he was punishing them for not being able to make the quota. So so his punishment was death. When they took off chasing them Israelites, after Moses parted the sea and they walked the straight line through the sea, after God told him to reach his hand back out and close it, while he was closing it, see, the Pharaoh and his army was coming through there. And right before he closed it, God explained to Moses what was about to happen. And after he closed it, all of them died. And nobody knew about it until the men and the Pharaoh, like them, and start washing up on the banks, on the sea banks. Bodies was. And then Moses kept on leading the people but they end up going to something called the wilderness of sin, right? But they started questioning Moses. They was like, how you lead us out here? And they came to the Mohar. That's what it's called, Mohar. A river. It had water that they couldn't drink. The water was very bitter. So they asked God. Well, they talked to Moses and basically told Moses, like, how you lead us here? We can't even drink the water here. You know what I'm saying? And Moses was like, he talked to God about it. He asked God about it, and God showed him a tree and put the tree in the water, and the tree made the water drinkable. I mean, it's in the book, y'all. God made the water drinkable. But this is all in Exodus, so it's a lot of stuff circulating about the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They marched, yeah, they definitely marched. But the Israelites of these today, I feel like at this point, especially with me acknowledging how much of a man of God that I am, me acknowledging all of this now, it's like, all right, them Israelites, they may be marching and doing all this stuff now, but really it's like a war type of deal. And I don't want to be placed in the middle of that or in between that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to think that I'm trying to go toe to toe with the Israelites. No, I respect folks and what they do. Just like with that the Quran, King of all Yeats was like, what are your thoughts on the Quran calling the Pharaoh a pharaoh, but a Bible manuscript he is wrongfully referred to as a king. I didn't, in the Bible that I'm reading, not referring to him as a king, which is kind of weird. You would think that it was a king, but no. I think the proper terms, especially for Egypt, is Pharaoh. I think that's a proper term, because I ain't heard no king of Egypt. I ain't never really heard that, but a Pharaoh, yeah. And I would actually say that that's what these folks was back then. They were pharaohs. And only time a king is like man-made, like how can I describe a king and a pharaoh? It's like a pharaoh got more authority or something, like got more power to it, versus a king is like just somebody who's just over everybody. You know what I'm saying? And kind of just a king. You feel me? Like it's a movie called with Martin Lawrence called I think it's called Black Knight or something like that. Black Knight, I think. You feel me? And if you watch that movie, that man in there was a king. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a pharaoh. You feel me? So I think this proper the Bible, my Bible saying that it's a pharaoh. I think it's proper terminology rather than king. I haven't seen nothing about a king yet. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen nothing about a king. Moses lived to be 147 years old. Because remember, guys, after the first set of civilization, the humans, when God told Moses, um, who was it? Moses? Oh, Noah. When he told Noah to build the ark, he told Noah to build the ark because all the humans that he put down there, the angels, the fallen angels, or Nephilim, was messing with the humans. And so around about that time, everybody was living like 800-900 years. You know what I'm saying? So, but all the thoughts, everything that was going on was in malice, and it was bad. It was wrong. So, so Jesus ended up, God ended up flooding the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. And that's why he told Noah to build that ark and to make sure that he got two of each animal, male and female, in the ark with him because of that. So just think about how the world is today. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm glad that I am the way that I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really want to contribute to what's going to happen to this place. You know what I'm saying? And it may not happen the way that the Bible say, but the process is the same. The process is the same. I see a lot in the Bible that definitely really describe my life up to this point, and it's so crazy that I keep reading. But it's like the more I keep reading, the more I find out about myself. You know, you guys know, if you guys go back into my videos, you guys see that I be having a problem with my neighbor. I have a very like child mind like neighbor. He's just rebuked. You know what I'm saying? And y'all will see, I got a video with him. Um, I got killing two birds with one stone, part one and part two. You feel me? And that's because in everything you have to meet everybody with reverence. You know what I'm saying? You got to um, go at everything with a mind like a temperament like this to find common ground. And if that person that you're trying to talk to, they want to sit here and argue and bicker back and forth, and they not, and you know what I'm saying, you telling them, hey, listen, I love you, calm down. It's nothing like that. If you talking to them like that and they still want to, no, it's this and that, blah blah blah, and they just still trying to keep it negative, you know, then you'll know that they ain't really as close to God as they say they are. And at that point you got to start thinking about, well, they either need to be like, they either you bring them to the Bible and let them know the power of God and all of that, or that Bible's gonna push them away. So in everything you want to meet it all in reverence, because you're gonna get your blessings like that. I promise you, you're gonna get your blessings, no matter what. If you go to it, if somebody arguing with you, step away, let them calm down or whatever, or tell them in a moment, hey, listen, I just want to find common ground, okay? I apologize for any negative things that you think I'm doing or anything. You know what I'm saying? Do everything you can to de-escalate the situation. De-escalation is like God. You know what I'm saying? It's like God, like duties. You know what I'm saying? Like you de-escalate something, you defuse something. You know what I'm saying? You doing your part, and you're gonna receive your blessings from that. And maybe the person that you're de-escalating to, maybe you know you won't necessarily get your blessing from them, but it's always somebody listening and somebody watching, and it's somebody that's gonna be doing something for you in the background because you're doing God's work. And I promise you, that's exactly how it works. That's why I'm not worried about anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about anything. Less is more. And God don't want you to love the things of this earth, because if you love this earth, then you don't love the Father. And that is in the Bible. I read it. Okay? That's one thing I love, is the truth. I love it. I love the truth, and the place you're gonna get it from is the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to do the Islam thing, and then you want to read the Quran or whatever else. But I'm not saying that it's lies in there or whatever. I don't even know. But I'm saying that reading this Bible though is gonna tell you what you need to know, and you ain't gonna have to worry about nobody breaking no more promises to you on this planet. Cause that's what brought us all here in the first place. Broken promises. So somebody got to be the cycle breaker and do God's work. See, I'm reading the Bible and I'm talking about God. I'm putting God in everything. I'm explaining God to my children, Jesus Christ. I'm doing all of that, and it makes me feel good because that's what God want me to do. He want me to do that. And so really it's not nobody tricking you out your job. Don't allow nobody to trick you out your spot and nothing like that. But folks out here will trick you out of your spot in the kingdom of heaven. Now I'm gonna tell you something. This is what I mean by that. If you righteous and you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't have sex with random people, you don't drink and drive, like you just living a straight life like that. But then people come into your life, and then you voice that to them. Hey, I don't do that. I don't do that stuff, or whatever the case is. When they get you to do it, and they put it in your face, or whatever the case is, when they get you to do that, then um, that is subtracted from your righteousness, and that's an abomination. God looked down on, and God will punish them for that. Rebecca Town says pork chops, collard greens and potatoes, mashed potatoes, cornbread and rice, ribs, chicken, fish, mac and cheese. Woo. High blood pressure, here we come. Choo-choo. High blood pressure. That high blood pressure is real. You know what I mean? It's real. When I found out about high blood pressure not too long ago. I'll say that. I'll definitely say that. You know what I'm saying? And so I teeter totter on high blood pressure. Like I eat them noodles, like them oodles and noodles. They bad for you. Okay, you can eat one pack of oodles and noodles and you'll swell up. That's how bad oodles and noodles is. So if you got high blood pressure or teeter tottering, stay away from oodles and noodles. I know people love some oodles and noodles. I love oodles and noodles at one point in time, but they bad for you. They're really bad for you. I've seen it. I had the other day, y'all. I ain't gonna cap. The other day I probably ate like 3 packs of noodles. You know what I'm saying? And went to go take my shower, and my feet was swollen. Ain't that something? But I already knew what it was. It was them noodles, cause the sodium in them. They bad for you. Rebecca Town said, get some chocolate brownie. I don't know what that is, girl. I hope you talk about the real chocolate brownie. As a matter of fact, that's crazy. That's really crazy because we just cooked some brownies the other night. We just cooked them. The ones that got the walnuts in them. Yeah, and then I end up getting the brown icing that got walnuts in the icing. If y'all know what that is, that's the best icing I ever ate. Yeah, them guys bringing them dirt bites out. They like the right dirt bites and stuff like that around here. So they didn't brought that big boy out. But I appreciate y'all looking at my live again. Make sure y'all like my live and stuff like that. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and go look at my videos so you don't miss something that you need to hear. Also, I appreciate you. I really appreciate you guys talking to me in my comments. That is great. I I I encourage you guys to do that more. Okay. And y'all see how late I be going live and stuff like that. So I definitely be getting busy. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't go live early in the day sometimes. Hey, what's up, mommy? And so I try, but I still try to post content every single day. Every single day. A thing that I'm gonna tell you something that I explain to my children too around here. I'm gonna see if I so y'all can see me at the comments. But one thing that this place does is people like they prey on women, and so they try to take the man out the house, because if they take the man out the house, like how I'm doing, I'm educating y'all and I'm talking to y'all, like they'll take the man out the house so they will educate you. And see, the way that they educate you in the sense of letting you know that here is better. They don't be telling you about God. They don't be telling you about the Bible. They don't want to do that. They want people to keep on. um, registering for benefits and depending on them and stuff like that, and not depend on God. I told y'all all of this stuff was here, it's been put here anyway, so we could depend on these people here and not depend on God and what the promises that He made and stuff like that. And therefore, all of this stuff is made to trick us out of our spot in the kingdom of heaven. That's what it's all here for. And that's just the truth. I hate to try to spoiler alert, but I hate to say it like that, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you can talk about this to a lot of other people, and they might they might try to strike it down, or they might have something negative to say about it. But let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what, pick a Bible up and start reading. Just don't even tell the person that you live with that you reading the Bible. Let them walk on you reading the Bible. And then on top of that, y'all two, you don't know it, but the devil might be so much into your lives that that person might not even recognize you reading the Bible at first. They might walk past you, or when they might say something after the third day of noticing that you're reading the Bible. And at that point, that Bible is either going to push that person away, or it's going to bring that person closer to you. Now, your partner that you got, that partner is supposed to support you. That partner is supposed to, especially that, especially God. If you reading this Bible, your partner is supposed to support that. Period. Now, if reading the Bible go against that person's beliefs, then that's the Bible letting you know. The Bible will choose you. Really though. Really though. Really. See, it's Saturday night. People like to drink and get a little woo. Get a little woo. Sorry. That's how it is around here, y'all. People get a little crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I just choose to do this right here, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody to get in trouble, and I care a lot. I care a lot about people, everybody. I care a lot. I love and care about everybody, you know what I'm saying? Well, I love and care about everybody who love and care about me, you know what I'm saying? Really though, we do great together. Really though. All right. Is there anything else that I need to talk about? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Let me know if there's anything else you guys would like for me to talk about real fast. I will politic on it. Again, in Corinthians, y'all reading Corinthians, it says, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to shed light on darkness. You know what I'm saying? So really though, you type up here your problem, and I'm gonna shed that light up there. I promise you I will. I promise you I will. I've been up here for 40-something minutes. I told y'all I don't be planning on being up here that long, but when that word get to flowing, you know what I'm saying, and I get to chatting it up, I be up here, you know what I'm saying. So Miss J Unfiltered said, Miss J Unfiltered Talk Show and Podcast said, good info. Let me pin that so y'all can understand, so y'all can know something here. I'm giving out good information. That's all I'm doing. I'm giving out good information that you can trust. You can trust the information I'm giving out. You can believe the information I'm giving out. Since people didn't believe nothing outside of the Bible or nothing, you know what I'm saying, other than what I was saying, they gonna believe this Bible, and if they don't believe that, then hey, I'm the messenger. Thanks for tuning in. I want y'all to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure y'all subscribe. I apologize for all the turmoil that you're going through. I apologize for all the suffering that you think that you're doing, or I apologize for everything that's been going wrong in your life so far. That just means you need to stop, and you need to think about when everything started going wrong. And I mean the very first flag, and everybody knows. Everybody knows when everything starts going wrong. When I say everything, I mean everything. When everything starts going the way that you didn't want to go. And it's because you did something. You either did something, or you made a bad decision, or whatever the case was. You went against whatever was telling you not to. You went against that. And that's what happens. It's typically what happens. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you have forgiveness too. You got to know how to forgive people. You know what I'm saying? You definitely got to know how to forgive people and know that, hey, listen, if they choose to keep it wrong, then God just gonna continue to deal with them and make them your footstool. And a lot of people don't like to hear that. But when you do wrong unto somebody, God will make you their footstool. Now, the thing about the even more problem, the bigger problem that that footstool have is the fact that that person that they did wrong accept them. You know what I'm saying, and still treat them with respect or is nice to them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Really though. So it's like y'all, if people that done people wrong, like go and make it right. Don't be afraid to stand up for God. You know what I'm saying? Allow God to use you because you apologizing to somebody about something could release them. It could be what they need to fix their life. You know what I'm saying? And so one thing about me, I'm fixing lives around here. That's what I'm doing. And everywhere I go, it's not the same when I leave. That's what everybody tells me. And it's been like that. It's been like that. Everywhere I go, it's different. I change it. I bring God with me and I change it. All right? That's just what I do. That's what I do. And I love it. I'm not afraid to die. If me dying or somebody coming to kill me or whatever the case is, it's because I'm speaking the word of God. Like I'm this way. I'm bringing people together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm allowing him to use me. And see, I want to be in that kingdom of heaven anyway. He said that's the place that he prepared for us anyway. That's where I'd rather be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep talking like this. I'm gonna keep reaching out to people, and that's just how we gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? And the strongest will survive. I promise you that. But it's 45 minutes, 45 minutos, and I'm about to get off of this thing and go see what my kids up to. So I'll be back on tomorrow to let you guys know about a little bit more about Exodus. But just know at the end of Genesis, everybody pretty much dies, including Joseph. Joseph's dad Jacob had once Joseph let Jacob know that that was his son, because Jacob's also name is Israel. God gave him a name of Israel too. And so Jacob's brothers didn't like Joseph because Jacob's sons didn't like Joseph because Joseph was having dreams, and they would laugh at him and criticize him and stuff like that. And they were so jealous of Joseph to the point that they was trying to kill him. And what happened was they end up throwing him in the water well instead of killing him because of their other brother Reuben. The other brother Reuben wanted to take Joseph back to Jacob, but when Reuben went back to get Jacob out the water well, not to get Jacob, to get Joseph back out the water well, Joseph was gone because on the way back to their dad, their brothers seen some Israelites and Ishmaelites, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites of Egypt. That's how Joseph ended up in Egypt. But like I said, y'all, oh wait, hold on, pause on that. So just how his brothers sold him to Egypt. So his brothers took Joseph's shirt or whatever and took it back to their dad, and it had Joseph's blood on it. So they allowed their dad to think whatever happened. So their dad Jacob was like, oh snap, my son, he's dead. He's been ate up by a beast or whatever. And their brothers was like, wow, that's what happened. Good God Almighty, whoa, daddy. And then but see, again, Jacob loved Joseph because Jacob had a wife named Rebecca, and she only bared 2 boys, and that was Joseph and Benjamin. So, after Joseph died, you know what I'm saying, he was like, oh, Benjamin ain't going nowhere, you feel me? But like I said, y'all, if you chosen, you find favor everywhere you go. And so once Joseph kind of got into Egypt, he found that favor. You know what I'm saying? But once I was saying though, once Joseph had let Jacob, his father, know that it was him, you know what I'm saying? They wept together. They wept, and Joseph relocated them. He couldn't bring them to Egypt because, again, Egypt, the whole world was in famine. So he ended up putting all of them and their flocks of sheep and stuff in Goshen, right? So anything that was going on in Egypt, storm, as far as the plagues and stuff, wasn't really messing with Goshen, because Jesus and God found favor in Jacob for keeping all the commandments and stuff, and they found favor in Joseph. You know what I'm saying? And so, anywho, Jacob begged Joseph once he found out that Joseph was his son. He begged Joseph to bury him in the land of Canaan. And so Canaan, Canaan. So that's where Joseph buried his dad at. But Joseph didn't get buried in the land of Canaan. Joseph was put in a tomb, I'm assuming. And so when Moses was marching the Israelites out of Egypt, he took Joseph's coffin with him, and everybody left out of Egypt. And then the Pharaoh and all his army men was killed trying to chase after them and do harm to them. All right. So is Exodus is about that. Is so far it's been about that. You know what I'm saying? But everybody in Genesis, they started to pass away in Genesis. Jacob, Isaac, Rebecca, um, Abraham. I mean, all of them. All of them. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all read the Bible. Like, just pick it up, get you an international Bible, get you an international Bible, um, and start reading it, and read it out loud. Don't read it in your head. Read it out loud. So your brain can process it, your mouth can say it, and your ears can hear it. Okay? Use what God gave you. I'm about to get off of this thing. It's been 50 minutes. But I'll see y'all, God willing, tomorrow, okay? And thank you guys for tuning in to everything. Like I said, make sure you like this, comment, whatever. I do read the comments even after the fact. And email me, the real DJ Monster, TheRealDJ, like the letter D, the letter J, and then Monster, Monsta. And I do have an album coming out. I just can't say if it's coming out soon or not. Just know that. But I definitely got about 12, 13 songs down in it right now, because I've really been working. I've been graduating, and I just been really just being the best that I can be. You know what I'm saying? But thanks you guys, and y'all have a great night. Have a great night. All right. Peace and prosperity. Peace.